Mm. Good evening, ladies and gents. What's up? It's your boy MOD back again. You know what I'm saying? On my Donatello today. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a Krispy Dollar. In other words, feeling good, looking better for the liver hospital because I'm still ever. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, back to it. It is a good Friday and a great day, really, just to be above ground once again. So we just gotta get it how we live. Don't you agree? Right. So, I guess I'm gonna keep y'all to the home. You ain't never lied. And sorry if I come across the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all be like, man, this nigga ain't shit. He think he a pimp. Yes, sir. But yeah, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, about to have a great day today, man. I'm feeling good. Um, yeah, over here just with my single self. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta love it, man. You just gotta appreciate life. But y'all ladies better quit playing with this underground king, because I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna tell you straight up about me. I was handcrafted. Yes. 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 But yeah, for real, man. Y'all ladies better quit playing with me, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like the old say. Can't keep on trying when you're looking for more. I hear a funny as a breathing heart that never really show. Maybe and all that I need you. What you know, y'all ain't hear, y'all don't know about that one. Can't keep on trying. I don't know the words. What is it? What is it? Y'all can help me out, but for real, I just heard it like. Maybe on loving you one foot outside the door. I hear a funny hesitation, heart that never really show. Maybe on lying when I'm looking one more. And all that I can give you, what you can't give all. Yeah. Nah, for real though. But no, we about to go ahead and I'm gonna get on y'all. I'm gonna get on all y'all. For real, I got something for y'all. I said I was gonna read this book, but I'm gonna read this book now because hitting on some stuff. I'm gonna skip across the introduction, and so I'm not gonna be selfish with it. We're gonna read this together. You feel what I'm saying? Cause we trying to make it good heaven. You know what I'm saying? Taking the Lord. You walk in the road to ecstasy. Baby, here we go. You know what I mean? Well, here we going. We're going to heaven. Here we go. I tell Big Daddy came. I was so. Yeah, I already ate. Took your pill? Yes. Okay. Here we go. I will start with blinding love. Now that I have their attention, I continued on even more soberly, through an entree into a dessert. I was almost preaching by this time. Marriage is taken so lightly that people feel like they're shopping for a new car. They find one they find one they like, but know that if it breaks down, or if they simply grow tired of it, they can trade it in for a newer, shinier model in a few years. Neither of you wants that. You probably can't even imagine that situation, yet you must be as deliberate as possible, as logical, objective, and thoughtful in your decision to commit, cohabitate, and commingle your DNA. The first euphoria of love leaves us intoxicated and blinds us to the realities that awaits us in any close relationship. Bills to be paid, diapers to be changed, cars to be repaired, homes to be moved, jobs to be completed, and on and on. Throughout all the seasons of life, this is what you're committing to. You're not committing to a lifetime of good chemistry or shared ideas or that tingling feeling inside. I spare you the rest of my mini sermon. That's the word. I did not wish to dissuade them, dampen their enthusiasm, or disguise the joys that married life can afford. I'm an overprotective father, yes, but my words were not only due to that. I earnestly believe that every relationship decision must be made with an appropriate level of care and deliberation in regard to the impact of this choice will have on your life. And no other choice leaves as many footprints alongside your own life's journey as the decision to unite yourself with other persons, a partner, a spouse. The ripples that detonate in your life's pond when the stone of marriage is dropped can become a rhythmic tide of joyful companionship or a tsunami of torture tantrums. So much of the climate of the rest of your life comes down to this one decision. I cannot count how many times I have stood before couples all dressed in white and asked them, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together and after God's ordinance? Do you promise to love her, cherish her? Do you take him for better or for worse, richer or poor, in sickness and health? After completing these essential vows, I usually then ask them, do you? And they say, I do. I have also often wanted to say to them, before you do, maybe we should know the facts. Regrets. Life is too short for regrets. That's why it is so important for you to know who you are, what is important to you, and how you want to exist and proceed in the world. This way, when things happen, and things will happen in life, good and bad, you lose your job, someone gets sick and dies, your child gets in trouble in school, or your best friend asks you to participate in something you don't agree with, you will easily be able to decide what to do in the moment and later have no regrets. Regrets are meant to teach us what to do better next time. Considering what you could have done differently to prevent whatever situation you regret is a good way to keep from repeating the same mistakes again in the future. Learning to make better decisions in the moment based on who you truly are and taking actions based on love, kindness, and forgiveness, always with the highest spirit in mind, is the best way to avoid having regrets later. Let me see. Due diligence. Decisions are like falling dominoes in a line, each one toppling one irreversible consequence against one another. Our screenwriters and novelists love to examine the power of one single choice and its effects on those caught in its gravity, whether it's Jimmy Stewart's character in A Wonderful Life or Denzel Washington's character in Deja Vu. The power of one individual decision can never be underestimated. Fortunes have been gained and lost, marriages mended and torn, children born or buried, all because one person's decision, which may have seemed of little importance at the time. In the soon-to-be-released Screen Gems film based on my book, The Not Easily Broken, the character Dave and his wife, Clarice, never understood on the wedding day that life has a way of knocking you down. But they soon learn that the wedding is easier than the life that comes after it. After, believe it or not, weddings are less pensive than many of the mistakes couples make after it. If you see the movie, you'll be reminded that life brings real challenges and people often give way to pressure and succumb to the pain, losing sight of the passion that first brought them together. They begin to realize that every decision affects them both along with the quality of their marriage. They often drift apart on the raft of bills into the bleak sea of anger and disappointment. Of course, we cannot scrutinize, analyze, and fantasize about each and every decision we make, or we will become paralyzed by fear, afraid to get out of bed in the morning and choose between cornflakes and Cocoa Puffs. Ooh, definitely, it is. Wearing whether to wear blue or dress or the brown skirt is not important decisions. Those are not kinds of decisions I am talking about. The larger, more significant relationships, decisions of life, who and when to date, court and marry, shared lifestyle choices and friendships, demand that we bring everything we have to the table to ensure that we make the best choices and never look back. Most of us have learned some the hard way, the importance of relationships, but do we move in these decisions in a way that will ensure positive results? This is what I want to explore with you in this book. Your future is as strong as the decision that preceded. I have good news for you. We can make relationship decisions with a confidence, faith, and fortitude that allows us freedom to enjoy a contented, fulfilled life. It is all in how we approach the decisions. My mother used to say that ignorance is expensive. She was absolutely right. It costs to be uninformed or even underinformed. Recently, I have given a rare and unique opportunity to purchase a highly respected marketing firm. It was and is a thriving business with an impressive list of highly financed companies. I was intrigued. It has an impeccable history, and I was elated to be given the option to proceed into what could have been a very lucrative deal for all concerned. But I seldom allow my elevation to override my innate, God-given sensitivity and propensity to caution. I felt that the terms were conceivable and the profit margins looked plausible. Still, I spent much money and time engaging a professional firm to do the diligence that I feel is mandatory, prerequisite before I do business on that level. After researching stacks of documents, tax returns, financials, employee backgrounds, and contracts between the entity and its clients, I decided that although it was a good deal, it was not a good fit for where I am in my life now. It wasn't consistent with the life plan I have in place for myself and my family. So yes, I walked away from what might have been a great deal because the timing wasn't right for me. One of the board members, who I assume might have underestimated my proclivity to get the facts first, said, "You are not just a preacher, you are an astute businessman." I smiled but realized that more than that, I am a person who can't afford to make a bad choice and face a setback. At this season in life, I have to make every move count. I don't have the lifespan at 50 to recover from a massive setback economically, emotionally, or spiritually that could result from a bad decision. Even my own attorneys and accountants were surprised at the amount of money and time I invested into making this decision. Several said, "You did all of that and still walked away." The money I spent investigating it might have seemed wasted to them, but not to me. I know that the issues I raised to my daughter, you cannot make great decisions if you do not take seriously the consequences of that decision and base your decision on thorough information. Changing your mind after you made a decision. One of the pitfalls of decision making is wanting to change your mind after you made a decision. You've probably heard the term buyer's remorse. That describes the feeling you have when you have made a purchase, usually a large or expensive one like a car or a house or an expensive luxury vacation, and then regret having spent the money. And then the excitement and over the moon feeling you have when you made the decision to spend the money is quickly replaced by a horrible negative feeling that you made a big mistake. Changing your mind frequently once you've decided to do something could be a sign that you are not taking an adequate amount of time to consider all your options or ramifications of your decisions before you make them. Life is too short to live with regrets. If you find yourself second guessing yourself regarding a decision you've made, remember that the feeling of anguish and uncertainty the next time you have a decision to make, and think twice, weighing again all your options before proceeding ahead. Pull the trigger. So often I hear people use the expression "just pull the trigger," meaning commit to a decision and take action. Let's think through this image for a moment. Some questions must be answered before any of us have business pulling a trigger on a decision of consequence. What gun are you using? How is the weapon assembled? And perhaps most important of all, what is the target at which you are shooting? You may laugh at me for being so literal minded here, but I think you understand where I'm going with this metaphor. True. The act of pulling the trigger takes only a couple seconds, but selecting the weapon, understanding how to operate it, and making sure that it's aimed precisely in the direction are equally important as pulling the trigger, yet often overlooked. All of these preparations must be made before you pull the trigger, or else you can find yourself shooting a water pistol at a burning house. Or, in other words, making choices when you are unprepared, unequipped, and uncomfortable. Toward this goal of choosing and using the correct weapon for making a bullseye relationship decision, I ask that you make an important decision affecting your future right now. I challenge you to share some of your precious time with me between covers of this book in order to come away with a better, clearer, stronger idea of how to make life-changing, regret-free decisions about whom you relate to. You'll see that I believe relationship decisions come down to 5 crucial components: research, gathering information and collecting data; road work, removing obstacles and clearing the path; rewards, listing choices and imagining their consequences. Revelation, narrowing your options and making your selection. Review, looking back and adjusting as necessary to stay on course. Romantic relationships and the selection of a spouse are the core of the book. However, the skills and information I wish to share are not exclusively for seeking companionship. What you learn about decision making can be applied to any area in your life. I will share some ways in which you can protect yourself from the highly expensive and emotionally devastating consequences of making impulsive decisions. And I can help you prevent losing time and procrastination, which is often caused by the fear of making the wrong decision. All major decisions require due diligence and dilatory deliberation. Whether you're choosing a husband, selecting a major in college, acquiring property, deciding on a new career, buying a company, or determining where you live. My goal is to help you realize, like my then soon-to-be married daughter, that some decisions are so significant that you want to make them with as much certainty as possible. If you do, you'll move confidently into the future with no regrets, trailing after you like tissue paper on your shoe. I promise that if you read this book, you will be equipped. You will know all you need to know about making foolproof relational decisions. You have probably wished that you could see into the future in order to make a decision now. I can't grant you the power of prophecy, but I can help you know all you need to know to move confidently into your future before you do. Yeah, that's kind of cool, man. If y'all want to read this book, it's cool. And like I said, I'm trying to get myself better too, so I'll share with y'all. So that's like a good 16 minutes, and it's tight, man. He hitting on some stuff, like he has some real good points, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard all that, man. Like, for real. I feel like the girl on the big comfy couch, but I feel like I'm making a difference though, so it's a change. So man, y'all enjoy y'all Friday. Ain't nobody got time for y'all. Love y'all. I know y'all are tired of me. I'm tired of y'all too. So bye.